Tune in, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I said the end, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I don't feel me straight the plot. Or when I'm stand up for the stone, I live my life. Been east to rich with east and they stick when I make it fast. But the schoolies never bet for me, my dough is still for thighs. I'm the horn, niggas know they cute too, I keep out the bone. But let's get it, you know my me and miss be up the shown. And when I see a nigga smile, you will stay up front. And if they got me, know then I, you know I did the con. You up the icon, I see the fact. This ain't I'm easy, but I hate I wake, so what I pack. I keep a searing in the rain, then I smoke as trash. And if I get I'll keep a far, no some planet, yeah. Taking trash to the sky from my leasing to living. All the flu on the blend, that resenting you reeling. Next geeking out of love, I might never be willing. You shall never know what you I can never forget. But tune in, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I 7 in, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, you know by now it's on the line of people, but you never know this name is Kanana sequel. Spick it fresh, taken down, so decide the needle. Put down, stay the time to lime like you want the needles. And if you hate when I like the brown, it's like your cam in the ground till they come now. But knock up so fresh up and do the moves confused. And now I know what's up and noon and that was all for you. Say you never lose stakes, it's later Purricana. I was go always not a like a bagel, Drake your face. But I was thinking to his soul when I was by the cover. And now I rain, man, I name like the make whatever. I say Kablin, flame mine, you gave me no resistance. This nap so hard, go within and never missing. Convinced that you need love me now, but store and never tripping. It's the enemies of all, boy, yo come and get tripping. Tune in, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I say the name, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream.
Yeah, live your dreams. This is GPTV1 Live Unfiltered, Wednesday edition. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I be so excited. Like be on my mind like throughout the day what I'm gonna talk about, because I love to perform for the audience. This is what I do. This is what I went to school for, and I'm a real veteran to this. Been doing this for a long time. I know about 20 years for sure. Excuse me. You stepped in the building, make sure you click that like button. If you're listening to the replay, make sure you click the like button. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button. And I want to send a shout out to all my new subscribers as we march towards 8,000 subs. And don't forget to click that notification bell. That way you can get alerted whenever I go live or fresh new updates. I got a lot of stuff I'm going to unpack in this live stream. I got some new stuff, some new designs in the GP store. So I'll go check out that merch over there. And I want to send a shout out to all the cancer survivors out there. Salute to y'all. Start campaigning about that. Yeah, so go check out the new designs over there in the GP store. You want to hit me on the super chat? You feeling a little generous? You can send a little something to my Cash App and check out the GP membership. All this stuff is just for you. Real dedicated fan to the GP channel, and I welcome you to the GP fam. And some of the stuff I want to cover tonight is, let me see, we're going to do an update on YNW. Keep calling it YMW. It's YNW trial update. That was one of those. I actually watched that trial when it came out. I've been looking at a lot of court cases. His case is one of those I watched. And I always give credit where credit is due when it comes to the lawyers. And I can say that YNW Melly had good lawyers, and that's why he got a hung jury. He didn't get acquitted, so they're doing a retrial. And that prosecutor on the other side just didn't do a good job with his case. So we're going to step in on that one. Then when the case come back up, I'm going to keep up with that. I kept up with the first trial, so I will be keeping up with that. So we'll look into that. Then the Texas floods. There's been some devastating stuff going on down there. Getting a lot of news alerts about it. It's been in the mainstream. We're going to look into that. Like I said, I've been looking at various things when it comes to this GPTV1 live stream. You know, this channel would not just be dedicated to looking at what's popping in my hood and my communities, all devastating stuff. You know, I want to look at other things. So this Texas flood thing has been major news. So we're going to look into that. And another case that came out at the end of last year was the Alexander brothers. They got caught up on these rape charges. And one of the guys got cleared on that. So we're going to look into that. But before we get to that, I want y'all to check out this public announcement. Stay tuned, fam. I'll be right back. Welcome to the GP Inner Circle. What up, though, GP fam? I'm excited to announce that the GP membership is now officially active. This is your chance to step up and show your support in a way that truly matters. By joining the Inner Circle, you will unlock exclusive perks tailored just for the most dedicated supporters, because you deserve nothing less. But that's not all. The Super Chat feature is now live, giving you an even greater opportunity to engage with me and the community in real time. Your support fuels my passion and creativity, inspiring me to deliver the kind of fire content that only the GP fam deserves. So why wait? Join the GP membership today and be a part of something special. Let's elevate this community together, because when you thrive, we all thrive. Welcome to the Inner Circle. Your journey starts now. Much love. Yeah, it's all love with me. That's what I do at the GP channel. I spread love. That's a fact. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff I'm going to unpack in this live stream right here. It's unfiltered. You want to join the conversation, it's all good. Go grab your snacks, get you something cold to drink, and we about to get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is YNW Melly. Like I said, this is a retrial. Excuse me. This is a retrial that he's going through, and he's been in the media some over the course of the time since the last trial, and it's usually about some type of motion, which he's generally losing, and he made another attempt for them to release him from prison, but he's on a double murder charge. But, you know, it's concerning two of his other guys that was in a group with him. I believe the name of the group is YNW, and, you know, they had their various nicknames, but they charged them with double homicide. So they're not going to let him out of jail on no bond or nothing like that. And people like this, you have to fight your case behind bars. But he has a good lawyer, so they putting up a good fight for him. Putting up a good fight for him for sure. I watched that whole trial. And that's why I say you got to wait to the outcome. When you fight this stuff in court, it may be a chance that you beat it. It may be a chance that you beat it. If you go through these trials and all this stuff, it's best to have a good lawyer. You got these good lawyers, they'll fight tooth and nail for you. And these lawyers he got, they've been fighting tooth and nail. They did a good job. I can't say that. So I'm looking at this article right now, and you know I like to get my information from credible sources. So this is coming from South Florida, Sun Sentinel. So what happened here? So come back here. So Okay, they trying to article pull back up here. This is about YNW. Like I said, I've been keeping up with the updates on this. YNW Melly trial update. I've been keeping up with it, and I plan to keep following this case when it finally comes to trial. And it said that the trial will start September the 10th, ready or not. And I know he's about ready to go to trial. I just want to look at a little background of this before I play any videos. Continues with another trial. Okay, they already set that date. So let me see if there's any about this hearing. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I do want to see what they were saying about this motion. Let me share my screen on this one. Stay tuned, fam. I'm finna share this screen. Stuff these rappers be going through, you know, this guy had pretty, and you end up in these situations, you know, it's unfortunate that you have some success. And that's one of the things when you're dealing with guys. When you're dealing with guys, it's like sort of like being married to them. And then once you try to separate from them, they give you all these type problems. And it seems like this situation got that written all over it. I think that was a situation with the guy that's go with Rihanna. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head, but he ended up beating the case like that. So let me share my screen. I just want to peek in and see what these motions is about. I'm gonna slide the screen up. Yeah, he been smiling a lot in court, that's for sure. He playing a little commercial. Let's get past that in 1 second, fam. Hey, you in the building, click that like button. Let's get some sound going on here.
They have in fact instructed their witness, Detective Luna.
He was even doing a lot of smiling in the first trial. He for sure he is going home.
Answer questions pertaining to her drafting of the investigation and her participation in the investigation.
I personally think he's a little lunatic, but hey, let this stuff play out in court. I don't pick sides over here.
And they stand here today and say,
look at this guy. He in on a double homicide and he in there cheesing.
it's an ongoing investigation. Now, the interesting thing about that is I looked up the definition of foreseeable future. And one of the definitions
One thing for certain, one thing for sure, you got some good lawyers.
is it's something that will occur soon at a time that is not long from now. They've had 18 months to sit on this, and they've done nothing except come in here and conceal this to the defense.
This guy was going in the first trial. He got him that hung jury.
I don't understand that. If they say it's foreseeable, when? When are they going to take action? 18 months is a long time for us to sit here and worry about what's going on. Now, I do thank the state for citing the Hill case in their memorandum, their addendum.
Look at the judge. The judge up there like, what up, dog? Man, what you talking about?
Because in the Hill case, they said, the court, the appellate court said that the court was right.
That judge look like he not interested in what this guy talking about at all. But that's just my opinion.
By not disclosing the affidavit because the charges of Mr. Hill were different than the charges that were based on the search warrant. And they said it would not lead to any fruitful or relevant information. The search warrant in this case
You want a good lawyer on your side?
says tampering with a witness on a capital felony,
Look at the judge.
and directing the activities of a criminal gang, which is exactly the same charges that Mr. Dennis faces in a tampering case, and which they come into court every time we're here, and it's brought up, saying we're going to use some of that evidence in the murder case. They can't have their cake and eat it too.
This is the YNW Melly motion. This case is coming up.
As we
I'm not gonna play the whole thing. It's just like an update.
said, this case is different from most cases because death is different. If Mr. Demons is found guilty of these charges, he's looking at the ultimate penalty of death. The rules provide that they have a continued obligation to disclose all information that could lead to relevant information in a timely basis. As we sit here today, we're 2 months away from trial. We've waited
I think they got new prosecutors on this case.
18 months.
The last prosecutor, she did not do a good job. She tried to come in there and bully the court around and talking to people crazy. I'm like, that's why that guy got that hung jury.
For them to disclose it. We attempted to bring in Detective Luna, and they had the audacity to say on the record.
Augment code is the
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. YNW Melly. So that'll be one of those cases I will be keeping up with. So we'll see. We'll see. Like, I don't be sitting here trying to hope people go to prison and all that type stuff. I always say on all my videos, take that stuff to court, fight it out in court. The court systems, they're not always fair. So, and it gives you a chance to appeal the case if you lose. He's been in there for some years too. I know about 5 years. He's been in there for a long time, ever since this incident happened. And I think his biggest record was a song called Murder on My Mind. He's rapidly making these psychotic records. And then something like that really happens. I really don't like to see people get all this success and end up in situations like this. It's just like the rapper Lil Durk. You know, that guy on some federal indictment type stuff. Conspiracy, murder to hire. It's just like that stuff that happened with that rapper Mellow Bucks up there in Chicago. You can say don't give a party in your hometown or this or that. Like, these people travel. They will travel. If they want you bad enough, they'll drive over there, catch planes. In the Lil Durk case, they allege that these guys caught the airplane to Los Angeles and committed those crimes. That's what Lil Durk is arrested for now. There's another, like, I think he won a Grammy. And, you know, he had some pretty big records. You know, I'm an older guy, so I'm not keeping up with the latest record or the latest rapper. I may catch their record here and there. And there's a couple of songs I may like and jam to. A song here and there. I think the females own it right now, but that'd be some bad stuff. And I always say, just me being around a little bit of that game, sometimes you can be rich and get bored. You can have all the money in the world and get bored. Now, I think a lot of those people with that money be playing chess with the money. They play chess with the money. People will create you beefs. That's a bona fide, certified fact. I've been through that several times throughout my lifetime. People dragging me into beefs, set me up to be in a beef. So people would do that. But in this type of situation, I want to I gotta think of that guy's name that Rihanna is getting kids by her partner. Let me see. Let me try to find out his name. Rihanna. What is this guy's name? And for some reason I can't think of it, but I look it up. ASAP Rocky. So I think this ASAP Rocky thing is sort of similar to this. You know, you get these homeboys or whatever, and you become a successful one out of the group, and the other ones don't get quite as much success. And while you're going through your success, they expecting you to bring them up. And in some situations, they may look at it like everybody got an opportunity. Your stuff just didn't pop like that. Now you expecting me to carry you. There's only so much the homeboy can do. And then you gotta think, this guy got a family, so family come first. But let's move on from YNW Melly. I want to talk about these Texas floods. That's some serious stuff right there too. Some real serious stuff, and this looks like some of the areas, Camp Mystic. I don't want to mess that name up. Guadalupe River. I guess that's some of the spots where they saying the victims that found that or whatever. I'm gonna go to a news report and actually look that one up. With this YNW Melly. Yeah, so I want to go to. This is supposed to be from an hour ago. I'm sure it's been longer than that by now. I'm gonna go with this news report. Share my screen on this one. You stepping in here, just click that like button. All right, you listening to the replay, click the subscribe button. Click that notification bell. All right, I'm gonna share that. Let's get some sound going on here.
And we begin tonight with a new tragedy here. First it was Texas, now it's New Mexico. A terrifying wall of water, a new flash flood emergency, and it's been deadly. Homes swept away, one family, a soldier and his wife, their 2 children swept away. Only the parents were found alive. The images tonight here, that powerful wall of water sweeping right through this community in New Mexico. The river rising 20 feet in just 30 minutes. At least 3 people were.
Whoa. You know, I've seen the Mississippi River rise, but not like this.
Killed. Powerful currents ripping homes right off of their foundations. Dozens of water rescues reported. The governor in New Mexico tonight declaring a state of emergency. Meantime, in Texas, search and rescue teams now in their 6th day.
Like these national natural disasters.
The death toll there rising just as we come on tonight. At least 119 now dead and 170 people still missing, including children. And further north at this hour along the East Coast tonight, severe thunderstorms and now watches and warnings for more damaging winds and possible flash flooding. Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia.
Like, we can look at all this stuff that's popping in the hood, but man, look what be going on. What can you do?
Philadelphia. We have it all covered tonight. Ginger Z is standing by with the forecast, and our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, in Texas. The son calling for his mother from a tree, and you'll see it right here. And now this new horrific tragedy in New Mexico.
Hey, look at that.
A long night ahead for residents of Ruidoso, New Mexico, after a ferocious and deadly wall of water blasted through the streets.
Man.
At least 3 people killed when the banks of the Rio Ruidoso River outside Albuquerque rose a record 20 feet in just 30 minutes. A young soldier and father of 2 stationed at Fort Bliss, Texas, was on vacation with his family at a campground when they were swept away in those raging floodwaters. He and his wife were found safe, but their 4-year-old daughter and their 7-year-old son did not survive.
Oh my God, they just pulled somebody out.
Oh no.
This home ripped from its foundation and sent smashing downhill. Crews today combing through the debris left behind.
Hey,
That horror in New Mexico comes just
that's from the flood.
days after those devastating floods 500 miles away in Texas, where recovery teams in Kerrville are scouring riverbeds for a sixth day. At least 170 people still unaccounted for
Got to declare this a disaster.
after that catastrophic July 4th flash flood killed at least 119 people. Dispatch audio exclusively obtained by our affiliate KSAT details emergency crews' initial response to the devastating floods here.
We still have water coming up. The Guadalupe Shoemaker sign is now underwater on Highway 39. Is there any way we can send a code red out to our Hunt residents asking them to find higher ground or stay home?
Lindsay Roberson and her teenage son Jack swept from their home into those roiling waters.
The next thing I saw coming for me was a house, and I don't even know how it all happened.
Lindsay spoke.
Man, that's a lot of stuff. I don't want to play this whole thing. Man, you can see how devastating that is. There's a lot of stuff going on in this world, and this is a natural disaster that you can't dodge. A lot of this stuff will pop up on you. And you heard them say that their river rose so high in only 30 minutes. It can happen really, really quick. Man, that's so devastating. I really feel for the people down there. We got to send some prayers out for the people down there in Texas, now New Mexico. Let me see what else they're saying about this. This came out. This is another report on this. Let me check this one out. Let me share my screen on this. This is so devastating. Really. Let's see what this one is saying. Get some sound.
Through Texas. Heavy rain poured over parts of central Texas, dumping more than a month's worth of rain in some places. Here's what we know about how the disaster unfolded. On Thursday, July 3rd at 10:48 a.m., the National Weather Service Weather Prediction Center upgrades portions of south central Texas, including Kerr County and the surrounding areas, to a level 2 of 4 at risk for excessive rainfall. At 1:18 p.m., a flood watch is issued by the National Weather Service Austin-San Antonio office, including Kerr County and surrounding areas through Friday morning. 6:10 p.m., the Weather Prediction Center highlights the south central
So this is how this thing unfolded.
Texas region as an area of increasing concern for thunderstorms. Friday, July 4th at 1:14 a.m., a flash flood warning is issued by the National Weather Service for Bandera and Kerr counties and includes the considerable alert tag. At 3:35 a.m., the original flash flood warning is upgraded and includes more serious and specific wording. 4:03 a.m., the flash flood warning is upgraded to a flash flood emergency for south central Kerr County. And about 30 minutes later,
check this out. That's the time people pretty much sleep. You know, people start getting up in the morning, 5, 6 in the morning, but at this time, people pretty much sleep.
the first reports of flash flooding start
All this stuff unfolding while people knocked out.
coming in from local officials. At 7 a.m., Kerr County, Texas begins to evacuate people near the Guadalupe River amid major flooding caused by 6 to 7 inches of rainfall. 3 hours later, the Kerr County Sheriff's Office confirms there have been, quote, multiple fatalities from catastrophic flooding.
This has been a very devastating and deadly flood. This far surpasses the 87 flood.
Heavy rain continues in parts of Texas, dumping more than a month's worth of rain for places like San Angelo.
Right.
July 4th, a flash flood emergency remains in effect for south central Kerr County, which also warned of a
Yeah, I just wanted to share some of that and see what they said about that. That's some devastating stuff, really, right there. So I wanted to look in on the flash floods. Man, like I've seen flash, you know, I think we all been in some flash flooding situations, and I've been in a car that shorted out like that. I've seen other people, cars short out. They got caught up in those floods. And those currents can be really, really strong. I don't care how good of a swimmer you are, that current moving, you going with that current. Now, if you're a good swimmer, you should know how to survive and stuff like that. But the current is really, really strong. There ain't nothing nobody can really do about that. You know, like a boat, a boat ain't gonna do nothing with that. That's for sure. You know, so we all want to keep the people down there, keep them in your prayers and all that type stuff. But I want to move on to these guys, the Alexander brothers. But before I get to that, I'll take a small break. Y'all stay tuned, fam. I'll be right back. Want to get me something cold to drink. I'm back in the building, fam. Back in the building. Had to grab me something cold to drink. I hope you got your snacks on deck. You're feeling a little generous. You want to send us something, a little something to my Cash App. And I got the super chat wide open. That's for sure. So shouts out to y'all for checking out this live stream. And if you're on the replay, click that subscribe button, click that like button. It helps the algorithm of this channel. And I want to share something right quick because I want y'all to check out my new playlist. My new playlist on the GP channel. Let me get to it. I want to show my playlist. Some interesting stuff. I'm going to share my screen. We get to the right place. Right there. No, that's not it. I'm trying to get this good playlist. That one. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let me share my screen. Try to check this stuff out. I'm looking into the money game for sure. I'm all about the dough. And I can't wait to get the community, the GP fam, going, because we definitely gonna look into the money game. I like to look into the money. Let me share my screen. So there we go. So check out The Dark Side of Wealth, Shocking Black Market Scandals. And there's something I'm new, starting new on the channel. Starting something new. You can go and check that out. It's the latest one I just dropped. North Koreans, Global Schemes. You can check that out. Let me stop sharing that. And I want to get to these Alexander brothers. But yeah, you can go check out my new playlist over there where it covers the underbelly of the money game. This is the stuff people not seeing. Like, people just making so much money in the black markets. It's like millions and millions of dollars. This is uncounted money, you know. It's not like they paying taxes on this stuff. Let's get over here to the Alexander brothers. And this particular guy was cleared from those rape charges. But the Alexander brothers, they are were real estate tycoons. The Alexander brothers arrested on federal sex trafficking charges. This happened back in December 2024. Before we get to the other part about their buddy, we're going to look at a little background of this particular story. What started all this? I'm gonna share my screen. Like they be checking out P. Diddy and all this type of stuff. Let's see what's going on and what's popping with them. With these other people, these real estate tycoons. That's why I'm not doing no more P. Diddy coverage.
High-profile arrests of 3 brothers, including 2 who were top real estate brokers from New York City to Miami, arrested on federal sex trafficking charges, what authorities allege they did over years. Here's Victor Akendo.
Tonight, prominent luxury realtors Oren, Tal, and their brother Alon Alexander.
Are they hitting them with the RICO charge? It looked like they're just getting indicted on the sex trafficking charges. That's what they convicted Diddy of.
Alexander arrested on federal sex trafficking charges, allegedly spanning more than a decade.
The Alexander brothers worked together and with others to repeatedly and violently drug, sexually assault, and rape dozens of female victims.
According to the indictment, the brothers arranged the sexual assaults in advance, at times using dating apps or social media to promise luxury experiences, international travel, and accommodations to lure and entice women to locations. Accusers telling police the Alexanders allegedly held them down and ignored screams and explicit requests to stop. They were arrested early this morning.
Man, that's deep.
Miami affiliate WPLG capturing 2 of the brothers being booked.
Like I said, this story came out back in December. I'm just giving a little background of what's going on with these guys.
The Alexanders began their careers at Douglas Elliman, focusing on real estate in New York and Miami. David, the brothers live on Miami Beach. Their first appearance set for Thursday. David.
Victor Akendo.
Okay, that's just a little background of the Alexander brothers. So what this particular guy got cleared of those charges. So I want to go to his story. This guy's story. Okay. Wealthy real estate brothers co-defendant cleared of rape charge. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen on that one. I want to thank y'all for joining me right here on GPTV1. I'm excited to perform for you all, and I do this strictly for you. Join the GP fam. You grow, we grow together. All right, let's get some sound going on.
State authorities charged the Alexander brothers.
I always look at law and crime sidebar because these type of mediums, they dive right into the cases, whereas regular news, they just may highlight the case, but it's still credible. Like I like to get information from credible sources, so I would consider this credible.
Twins and their older sibling with running essentially a prolific sex trafficking operation. Another man was caught up in the legal drama, Ohad Fisherman. Miami authorities charged him with helping the twins allegedly rape a woman nearly a decade ago. But new evidence meant a major shakeup in court this week, and he is no longer facing charges. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime.
Fight that stuff tooth and nail. If you know you innocent, you should fight for that. You should be boisterous with it. And you can see by this guy's attitude right here, just by looking at his behavior. You look like, I'm fighting this tooth and nail.
Let's talk about Ohad Fisherman.
I'm not going to play too much of this.
We've spoken about him before here on the program. Real estate broker, businessman. He is no longer facing any charges in Miami-Dade County Court. You see, jury selection for Fisherman's trial on one count of sexual battery by multiple perpetrators was supposed to start on Tuesday, July 8th. But on Monday, prosecutors revealed that they were dropping the charge after the defense filed a notice of alibi last week. Now, the charge came about in the first place thanks to a complaint to authorities by a woman identified.
Hey, salute to you, man. Salute.
Identified only as MW. She claimed that back in 2016,
you can get off on those charges, man. Salute. For sure.
16, Fisherman was present at a high-rise apartment in Miami Beach that was owned by Alon Alexander. So he is the twin of Oren Alexander, and he's also the brother of Tal Alexander. And she accused Fisherman of helping to hold her down on a bed while Orrin and Alon took turns raping her. And she claims that when they were all done, they insisted she have sex with their...
See, it's the difference. If you looked at that YNW Melly thing, you see he in there smiling and cheesing. Like this, he's smiling on this picture right here. This is how YNW Melly was looking at his case. But if you look at how he's looking at on his particular case, he's looking serious. He's like,
cousin too, referring to Fisherman, although we'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, part of the most recent court paperwork that was filed in Fisherman's...
But you go back and look at this guy. That guy looks serious. Where he at? Yep.
There's a portion of that interview, and it starts with MW, who sometimes has trouble putting her experience into words. It reads, quote, "And as Orrin was raping me, Alon was watching, and then Alon raped me. But I was more calm then because we have already had, but I didn't, obviously, I was just, and then Orrin sat on the chair. After he was done, there was a chair in the corner of the room, and he said, we're in the shower. I think I literally have been accused of using their wealth, their connections, their public images to lure women and girls into dangerous situations. And last December, prosecutors with the Southern District of New York charged the brothers with trafficking 2 women. And then earlier this year, a superseding indictment was filed where there was an accusation of assault.
That opens a Pandora's box.
Of a minor. Now, Fisherman was never accused of any wrongdoing.
Nah, that's why I'm highlighting these guys. Says, you know, they went in on Diddy. Let's go in on these guys.
By the feds, just county prosecutors in Florida. And in fact, when law enforcement surrounded the Miami homes of the Alexander brothers, Fisherman wasn't even in the country. The Miami Herald reports he was celebrating his honeymoon in Japan. And when he was back in the States, a bond hearing was held and he was granted release. And at one point, he was ordered to be fitted with an ankle monitor, but the judge ordered it removed when prosecutors confirmed he wasn't connected to any of the other alleged crimes that the Alexander brothers are charged with. This is again according to the Herald. Now, the brothers were transferred up to New York on their federal charges too. How did Ohad Fisherman, a key figure in this, a co-defendant, and his defense team...
Make sure you check out the GP store. I got some new designs over there.
How did they manage to get the charge thrown out of court?
That's what I want.
Well, apparently, it all comes down to a drone video. So apparently this video, this shows men on a boat, and it was supposedly posted to Facebook by Ohad Fisherman. This is again according to the Miami Herald. And the post, this is based on the sunset, not a timestamp.
That's right. You get your information from credible sources.
Sunset. The post allegedly came 27 minutes before an Uber dropped off the alleged victim at the apartment where the purported sexual assault took place. In other words, it's the alibi defense. He was allegedly somewhere else, very close to the same time as the purported attack. And in that post, Fisherman tagged Alon Alexander, thanking him for the video. So according to court documents, MW, again, the alleged victim.
Okay, so he getting cleared. I say salute today. Like, if you can get your name cleared, that's what it's all about. Well, apparently he wasn't there when these false charges on him was brought about. So, yeah, I had fun here tonight. I will be back tomorrow night. I do this Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 3 times a week. And you all can go back and, like I said, check out my new playlist. It's something new I'm starting on the channel. A lot of stuff I'm going to be doing new with this channel. I appreciate my returning viewers. And I want to send a mad shout out to Shelly Shale. Got to send a shout out to Shelly Shale. That's what's up. I didn't get you on the last one, so I got you on this one. Y'all catch up with me tomorrow. GPTV1 Live Stream Unfiltered. Covering some of these big stories and big headlines. So much you can just bring to the table when it comes to covering these stories. Let me get off this page right here. Yeah, so yeah. There's so many stories out there you can cover. It's all a cautionary tale. It's easy to get in trouble. Definitely that. You want to promote your social media page, sign up to the GP Fam membership. The package is only $24.99. Check that out. So I got some nice perks over there too. And I'm loading a lot of material for the members only. And this channel gonna keep growing and growing. And I'm gonna be here for a while. So, but anyway, on that note, fam, catch me tomorrow evening, Thursday's edition. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay blessed.
Tune in, vibe high, it's GPTV1 Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I said the end, vibe high, it's GPTV1 Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I don't affirmly straight apply. Or when I'm stand up for the stone, I live my life. Beneath the rich when east and they stick when I make it fast. But the schoolies never bet for me, my dough is still for stars. I'm the horn, niggas know they keep you, I keep out the gone. But let's get it, you know my me, you miss be up the shown. And when I see a nigga smile, you will stay up front. And if they got me, know then I, you know I did the con. You up the icon, I see the fact. This scene I'm busy, but I hate I wake, so what I pack. I keep a searing in the rain, then I smoke as trash. And if I get, I'll keep a far. I know some planet, yeah. Taking trash to the sky from my reason to living. All the flu on the plane that resenting he reeling. Jacks kicking out of love, I might never be willing. You shall never know what you I can never forget. But tune in, vibe high, it's GPTV1 Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I 7 in, vibe high, it's GPTV1 Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, you know by now it's on the line of people, but you never know this name is Kanana sequel. Speaking fresh, taking down, so decide the needle. Put down, stay the time to line like you want the needles. And if you hate when I like the brown, it's like your cam in the ground till they come now. But like I'm so fresh up and through the moose confused. And now I know what's up and noon and that was all for you. Say you never lose, stakes is later, Parikana. I was go he's not a like a bagel, Jake your face. But I was thinking to his soul when y'all was by the cover. And now I wait, man, I ain't like the make whatever. I say complain, flame mind, you gave me no restriction. This nap so hard, go within and never missing. Convinced that you need love me now, but sure and never tripping. It's the amazing saw, boy, yo, come and get tripping. Tune in, vibe high, it's GPTV1 Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I say the name, vibe high, it's GPTV1 Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream.